Welcome back everyone. Today I'll be reviewing episode 2 of The Shipper. As with previous videos, this is just my personal opinion, and it isn't meant to offend anyone. Before I get started, I thought I'd share something with you guys. In light of what has been happening recently in America, a few creators on YouTube have made videos to raise funds. Some people have kindly compiled playlists, which you can easily find just by typing BLM playlist into your YouTube search bar. I will also leave links to a few playlists in the description. Some of these videos might have many ads, but please do not skip them because ad revenue can greatly increase the proceeds that can be donated. For people who are not yet financially independent or don't have their own money, and even for those who are, this is one way in which we can make a difference. Firstly, I think this episode did a great job in further exploring the morality of shipping, particularly in part 4 out of 4. In episode 1, the series raises a point on how shipping can affect the lives of those we ship, and in this episode, the series prompts us to think further about shipping when it suggests that when we ship real people, what we actually ship is a misrepresentation of who they truly are. The following is a series of quotes from Pan, now trapped in Kim's body, when the Angel of Death confronts her on why she can't act as Kim. What I know of Kim was only what I saw, not who he truly was. I didn't see anything else around him except P-Way to me. This quote brings out one of the key problems of shipping, in which every aspect of the person's personality is reduced to nothing and ignored until the only personality they are thought to have is being in love or secretly whipped for their love interest. In the series, this does not really affect Kim, but in reality, I do feel for those who are in Kim's shoes. People have actual, unique personalities beyond who they are in love with and deserve to be recognized for that. The next quote is as follows. What I hated most was that I didn't even know my friend sitting next to me, Kat, is Kim's little brother. This talks about a second problem with shipping, the effect on the shippers themselves. In the series, we see Pan and Soda being extremely devoted to their ship, it being literally the only thing they care about in school. Personally, I believe they are emotionally invested in Kim to an unhealthy amount. But I do not know if GMM did this intentionally or not. Even then, I think this quote serves as an important reminder on the importance of not putting shipping above all, not at the expense of real-life friendships with people you actually know and who actually care about you. In the series, Pan had to learn this in a rather hard way. This last quote nicely sums up my thoughts on the exploration of shipping in this episode. Actually, I don't know anything about Kim. Everything was just my imagination. This is what shipping is, for the most part. An idealistic fantasy. And while it's fine to engage in such fantasies because life is inherently hard, this fantasy should not be our whole life. It shouldn't even be a big part of our lives for that matter. Being over-invested in shipping creates unrealistically high expectations that the people we ship in real life cannot live up to and have no obligation to do so. TLDR. It's okay to see shipping as a source of happiness, but don't let it be the only one in your life. Next, I want to talk about the character played by P. Jenny, the Angel of Death. I have to give her credit where it's due. She was extremely entertaining in her role, and the humor in the juxtaposition between the traditional portrayal of the mysterious, Grim Reaper and the humorous Angel of Death in this series was well carried out, despite this not being an original idea. That being said, I actually did not enjoy the entertainment value of this character as much as other people, and just to clarify, my issue lies with the character itself, not with the actor. I'm referring to is the Angel's perverse fascination with Kim's private parts. Like seriously, just know, in the show Kim is a high school student, and the Angel of Death is portrayed as a much older woman. While Kim is technically over the age of consent in Thailand, he is extremely young. Advances from someone much older than him still rub me the wrong way as predatory and problematic. Not to mention, these are clearly unwanted advances. Kim and Pan, when she enters his body, are clearly uncomfortable and refuse her many times, yet we are supposed to laugh at the Angel's persistent predatory behavior. Also GMM, what is up with these close-ups of Kim's pants? Are you trying to get demonetized? It's just a big no from me. There are so many ways to make a character funny, and an older woman's fascination with a teenage boy's privates is just not one of them. Pan, while in Kim's body, also has perverse thoughts about Kim's privates. I get that there is a need to sort out this whole issue of how Pan is going to deal with having to see Kim's body, But this should not have been handled in a perverse way. While Pan is a shipper, she's also still a young girl. An innocent reaction is very much in line with, and in fact more appropriate, for her character. By innocent reaction, I mean this should not have been such a big issue for Pan. She should have just brushed it off and not stand gawking for a fat 10 seconds. Besides this being just uncomfortable to watch, I worry more for the message this sends out to fans of the show. Just because Pan is young and isn't romantically interested in Kim, it doesn't make what she did right. It just really rubs me the wrong way. Sorry if I can't put this into more specific words, I think it's just the nature of body swap fiction. It really blurs the lines between what is morally acceptable and not, and there unfortunately aren't real-life scenarios that we can compare certain things to. Back to the character of the angel, I would also like to stress that no means no. It is unacceptable to make advances on people after they have rejected them, and when subjected to such advances, speaking up is important. I really dislike how Kim is now just suffering in silence, and his helplessness is meant to be humorous. It's not. It's extremely problematic, and I hope the management behind the show can properly resolve this issue for the sake of their young and impressionable viewers.